Hello and welcome to another episode of Love Connection. And today we are here, Irina Portnova with Coach Elle, talking about the fun topic that just downloaded to me. And the topic name is ta-da, this is
This
yours and
is
this
yours,
is
this is mine.
mine. Elle, what comes for you when like you see these words? This is yours and this is mine.
Yeah, it's interesting because from someone who used to be always giving and not asking to receive, this is like it just consciously makes me like smile because now I question myself every time in any interaction. What is this? Am I losing my power in this or not? What am I? So I love this because a lot of, especially women, uh, give the power away and then don't ask for what they need are in a relationship. And yeah, we're talking about as a whole, but it's interesting that how this came up for you, and it's something that I have been working on for the past 7 years. Still, I ask myself questions about that in interactions with people.
And awesome, awesome. Like it comes to me that in my head, it's just this joke. Like the girls are saying to the guys, like, what's yours is mine, and what is mine is mine, right? But the idea is that we are talking about, like how some couples just kind of separate everything. Whatever is yours, whatever is mine. And to me it was like always like a red flag, because I always looked for the partner who was very generous. Like for me, if you list the qualities, like generosity and kindness is like number one. Because if the guy is cheap, if the guy is like, going to the restaurant and he's like checking, scrutinizing that bill, it's just like such a turn off, right? So I love people with abundance mindset. And it was always in me. Like even before I started to do this work, it was always in me. I was like, you know what? The man has to show his, the space for safety and financial security, right?
Security, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's that interaction specifically, mostly from men, is just the security that you want from
Exactly.
interaction.
That yes, you could feel that fortress, right, in all the aspect of life. And for a woman to provide that love, that care, and
Nature, yeah,
obviously to give that feminine drive, right? Because feminine energy is the most potent energy, and this is something that like while man knows how to use that energy, they can really thrive in in their career, in their finances, right? So there is like a fair exchange. But to me, like I always say, generosity was like number one thing. And I always like pay attention at little things. If they know how to open the door, if they know how to move the chair, if they know how to like give me the code, right? And it's not about talking about being old fashioned, it's just being like well mannered. And that's exactly where it's coming from, because this is exactly like what I want to have. Hey Hannah, it's great to see you.
hi,
Yay. So the idea is that like you do want to look at these things because they really matter, right? Because imagine if the person, and like also that applies to women too, right? So not necessarily like I don't have a problem, like if a man really takes a good care of me, I don't have a problem, like like to invite him on a date or anything. But for me, like man is the one who gives that financial security, right? And then when it comes to other things, it's all about like let's share together, right? If you are already in the partnership, and you're really serious about each other, there is no such a thing as this is yours and this is mine, right? It
right.
becomes like for both of us, right? For our both benefits. What do you think now?
Yes, it's all about that conversation, that interaction that you have at the beginning of a relationship, because some people, maybe it's cultural, maybe it's the upbringing, how you interact with the opposite sex in a relationship, in a marriage or a companionship, whatever it is. Um, a lot of people, I had a conversation last week with this lady that said that whenever with my late husband and whoever that I go out with, I always pay my way. I mean, when we go out to dinner. So I said, and that's the way I am. I said, okay, that's fine. Who, whatever way that you are, it's okay. It's just a matter of uh, talking to the other person. So you know that from the beginning, 5 months, 6 months, a year passes, and then one of the individual in the relationship would be upset because you didn't do this, you didn't take care of that. It doesn't work that way. You have to be, if you're the woman who wants the man when you go out to pay for dinner or the drinks or whatever, then you have to kind of say that. And also, if you invite that person to your house and you cook for him, then there is like give and take in that scenario. But if you're in that space of the other lady that wants to always pay for her own way, then that's the way it is. So it just, whoever you are, whatever is in your heart, whatever makes you content, uh, and doesn't take your power away, then that's a best scenario for you. You cannot tell anybody how to be. It's just the way that they feel comfortable to be.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? As you are talking about it, I think that the roles of men and women kind of switched.
Yes, it
Why
has.
there are Yes, why there are a lot of women who are in that masculine energy, right? Because they have to provide for themselves, they have to be strong for themselves, right? So it's like more about like it's just like a man in a skirt, right? Because the more you see that the woman is in a masculine energy, the more you understand that she just can't relax and be in the feminine energy, because she doesn't have that man by her side who can actually relax her and put her back into the feminine energy and
Yes.
allow her to just like do something that she truly meant to do, right? Like in my case, I recently got divorced because my ex-husband wasn't supporting me on what I'm doing. And the way I see that is, you know what? A woman is there to do something that she loves to do, because this is something that gives us the life. And if it gives us the life, we are going to project that light, and we are going to exude that energy that man actually consumes, right? And a man gets feed off from our energy. It never works other way around. So that's why there are a lot of women circles. That's why women only can replenish from women. So, and men are the ones who actually consume our energy. So for each woman, it's important to think like, what am I doing in this life? Am I like really doing something that gives me life, that actually makes my heart sing, right? And not just being obligated to do something so you can bring to the table
Yeah.
something equal of the man part, right?
Yeah, it has
So
to be I mean, Irina, it has to be a balance. If there's no balance, then it's not going to work. So there has to be a balance, and the balance comes from that interaction, from that heart center, to be able to know exactly where you are, what you want, and be able to verbalize it, to interact in a way that, I put a example on our under description here, that if you know that your partner is likes music, and I mean, if they love music and you like music, but how can you partner up in something that you can do that you both enjoy? uh,
mhm.
if you can, I don't know, buy him the records that you can listen to music or dance once a week or every other night, you both enjoy it. And you, yes, you paid for it, but it's okay. It's just a matter of how you want to, as you said on your description, how do you want to, you know, interact in a loving way, to be generous in that
Mhm.
interaction.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, it's all about just and generosity not only applies to the material things, right? Generosity on the compliments, generosity on support when you say that I believe in you, I know you can do it, right? Generosity on knowing that even the entire world is going to be turning against you, you know that your partner is going to be there to support you, right? So you
Yeah.
always have that shoulder to lean on. So these are the things that are really important. And like I said, in the modern society, a lot of these things are not even thought about or talked about, right? So everybody's kind of staying in their relationships on the survival mode without really starting asking themselves the deep questions like what am I doing here, and do I even belong here?
Yeah. I mean, understand your values and know the other person's values and see if there's a line together. That's the most
Absolutely.
important part. Yeah.
Hey,
Madam,
Toby! We love you too. Thanks for stopping by.
love you,
Yeah,
Toby.
absolutely. It's super crucial, right? So, like my take on that, like I see the man who's in his masculine energy is the one to invite me and to pay generously with pleasure for my company, because my company is very valuable. And I see as a woman role is like really like given that care, given that appreciation, that attention, right, to a man. And at the same token, when it comes to like daily things, maybe even something simple as like the post-it notes on the mirror, just to remind them
Yeah.
how much you love them, right? So
Yeah.
like all these cute things
Just
of
the simple stuff.
attention and affection, right? But like I said, when people are there together, they want to share everything together, right? So when couple really decides that they want to be in that partnership and they are serious about it, they have to look at themselves as everything is, like sharing is caring. So everything is, together. And the same, it's not only considering the material things, it's also considering, like sharing, like our
Emotionally.
conversation,
Yeah.
sharing our emotions, like keeping the space for them, right? When like they come and something didn't work out for them, that they just like listening to them. And same goes for them.
Exactly.
And Toby says the small stones keep the feathers and make bigger ripples, for sure, for sure. So
Yes.
it's all about just like the little things, right? Really get noticed and appreciated, and it comes to something memorable and valuable.
Beautifully said. Yes. So,
Any tips, Al, like before we close with this episode?
generosity. So it comes from that value that you have for yourself and the value that you give to the relationship. And it's questioning yourself every time that you interacting. That's my suggestion, to really think about it. Are you doing it based on love? Are you doing it based on there's a give and take? Whatever it is, be honest with yourself and do whatever you think that is best for the relationship. And always don't forget about yourself, because taking care of yourself is a key to being in a healthy relationship.
Absolutely. Toby, thanks so much for stopping by. Hala as well. All the
Thank
best.
you.
And see you on the next episode.
Thank you. Bye, guys.